Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is a different sort of video to the Football Manager series. Obviously with 2018 coming at Christmas to the channel, 2017, Football Manager 2017 will be saying goodbye. So to do so, let's have some fun with it, a different sort of video to come. Today, as you can tell by the title, we are inserting the best player you can have into the game. We are putting all of his stats up to 20. We are making him the best he can possibly be. We are starting him young and we are going to see how this journey goes. So let's have a look at who we have chosen, where they are going to be, and let's start this video. Okay then, say hello to the Cheltenham under 18 side and say hello to a striker which I have renamed, just going to call him the man, because that's what he's going to be, hopefully, in his career. It would kind of be unfair to use any sort of real player. I think this was a regen originally, but I'm going to just rename him just for the sake of the record. As you can see, I've made him as young as he can possibly be, 14 years of age, which may be a problem in the first couple of years. I'm pretty sure Premier League players you can't be 14. So let's see how that goes. All of his stats are the highest they can be. It says 15 to 20, 17 to 20. Obviously, that's just because you can't scout him because he's so far down into the youth teams. So I'm not sure how that's going to happen. I've left his reputation exactly how it was. Whether that affects the first couple of years, I don't know. Whether we see him actually play any games in the first year, I don't know. We will have to see how it goes. But the idea of this is a young player who is the best, the very best. And let's see how he gets on in his football career. I've loaded just the English leagues. He may move out to Real Madrid or Barcelona, but it's unlikely. I've only loaded the English league. Let's see how it goes. I have frozen his attributes. They may change a little bit, but for the record, they will probably stay at around the highest it can be. And of course, all of his attribute details, these are all 20 as well. Apart from injury proneness, I couldn't remember whether 20 means that he's injured all the time or 20 means that he's not injured. So let's just keep it at 10. And he may get a couple of injuries, and then we'll see how it goes. Right, so I'm going to stop you right there. I'm going to get this moving forward on holiday, and then I'll come back to this video in 1 year's time. 1st of July 2017 is when I'm going to come back, and let's see how his first season has gone. I'll be surprised if he's still at Cheltenham under 18s. If he is, it would probably mean that he hasn't played for the first team, but let's see how it goes. See you in a year. Okay then, here we go. I've taken off my screen. I'm not. You don't really need to see me for this bit, do you? It's all about the stats. It's all about the players. So we'll go full screen into the game. We are a year into the future. This is the 1st of July 2017. Let's find the player and let's see how his first year has gone. Okay then, interesting. As you can see, he is not down in the lower leagues anymore. He is not down in the lower league. I think it was Chesterfield maybe. We'll check in a sec. I've forgotten already. He is now at Manchester United. He's in the under 18 still, as you can see, but he's now valued at £17.75 million on £100 a week. He's on a full contract, 15 years of age. Some of his things seems to have gone down a bit, but we'll leave them. It's not really an issue too much as long as the stats are what they are. It doesn't really matter too much. So we'll leave it at that. As you can see, then into the history. He played 15 times for Cheltenham in the league, it seems. 21 in all competitions, scoring 17 goals. That's an incredible feat, really, for a 14-year-old in League Two. Fantastic. 17 goals in 21 games, 15 in the league. Brilliant return. He moved to Manchester United for a relative fee of £130,000, and he's played 10 times in the Premier League already, scoring 4, getting 2 assists, 2 player of the matches. I should mention 10 player of the matches in the league for Cheltenham. Really incredible. He's also played 8 times in Europe, which I'm guessing is the Europa League. We'll take a look in a minute when we go further in. But that's fantastic, scoring 3 goals, a player of the match there, and another assist. So he's had a wonderful start to his career, really, first year. Let's take a look, first of all, at Cheltenham's league and how they have got on so far. Okay, then League Two, and as you can see, Cheltenham had a bad season, finished in 21st. But I wonder whether that had anything to do with him leaving in January. Let's take a look at their schedule. Okay then, take a look here. He had a wonderful pre-season, scored 4 there, another 2 there, another 4. He's scoring goals in every game. Look at that run that he scores in. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games in which he has scored. He doesn't really play, it seems, for that area, I'm guessing. I'm guessing he hasn't played. He has played He has played, but he hasn't really been scoring for this little period here. He's back on the score sheet there, back on the score sheet again there, two more there, and then that must be where he leaves pretty soon after. No, he does score again there. He's in and out the squad. You can see as a 14-year-old, that's probably not really that surprising. But I'm guessing after this Plymouth game he leaves would be my guess. Yeah, he's not in the squad there. So let's go to Man United and see how they've got on this season. Okay, then, as you can see, then it wasn't a bad season for Man United. Third in the league, not bad. Back into Europe, which is what they would have been wanting. But interestingly, Arsenal won the league by 11 points to Manchester City. Liverpool rounding out the top four. Tottenham in fifth. Chelsea have to settle for sixth, with Stoke in at seventh. Relegation is what you would expect. So it weren't a bad season. How has their schedule gone in terms of cup competitions too? Lots of greens, as you can see. If we go down to around about the point that the man joined Manchester United, which would be around here. Okay, he hasn't played that one. Arsenal? No. When does he make his Manchester United debut then? He's not in the squad still. Oh, we're in December. We move forward. Let's move forward. Let's try that one. No, still not quite in the squad. Chelsea? No. Blackburn? He comes into the squad eventually. Okay, there it is then. Crystal Palace, 1st February, he made a Manchester United debut. Pretty not really involved, to be fair. But moving forward, he doesn't quite get on the score sheet. They're through in the Europa League, through in the FA Cup. They won the EFL Cup final on penalties. Does he play? No, he was probably cup tied from Cheltenham, to be fair, so that would make sense. They're through in the 5th round, through in the 6th round. In the Europa League, they did go through as well, but the man does start scoring just here, a hat-trick in the Europa League 2nd round against Braga away. Massive, really. A hat-trick on your Europa League debut, sort of. Well, not quite debut, but a fantastic return back for him. Scores again in the next game against Liverpool. Scores in a loss to Leicester there. They were through to the FA Cup final as well, must mention. Scored against Burnley in the Premier League there in a win. And 3 losses came in the Premier League. Where is the FA Cup final? Why is the FA Cup final not on there? Let's find out. Well, it says their title holders Manchester United. They did win the FA Cup on penalties to Leicester. If we click on the game, does he play? No, he must have still been cup tied. So he didn't manage to win a competition with Manchester United in the opening part of the season. Manchester United were knocked out to West Ham in the Europa League. So they didn't quite make it through. But a very, very good first season for the man indeed. If we find him again, if you just take a look there, he's already their key player. So I'm expecting a big season for him this season. 10 under-21 caps, 4 under-21 goals as well, yet to play for England. We'll see if that happens. We're going to do one more season in this video, and then more will be coming in part 2, 3, 4, however long this takes to get to the end of his career. So let's move this forward again. 1st of July 2018. I'll see you then. Hello, welcome to the future. This is 2018, and let's see how the man has been getting on. You may be able to see from this screen we are in a World Cup here. I think we're right in the middle of it where we've come in. So let's see how we're getting on. The man, there we go. He is at Manchester United still, this time fully up to the first team like you would expect. His stats, we can see more of them now. 17s across the board. We'll keep it at that, that's fine, not really a problem. He's also made his England debut. 7 caps, 4 goals after 13 under-21 goals in 14 caps. Really, really good. Let's take a look at how he's got on this season then. Okay then, as you can see, 24 appearances. This time he's more of a mainstay in the league for them. 14 goals, 12 assists, 9 player of the matches, an 8.16 rating. His 2nd best rating so far after his half season at Cheltenham after that 8.67. So he's doing pretty well. Yeah, 14 goals in the league, 3 in the cup in 10 appearances, 5 in Europe, and 4 internationally this season. So He's doing very, very well indeed. How have Man United been getting on this season, though? Okay, then, as you can see, right from the start of the season, after a 3-2 loss in the Community Shield, Harry Kane, who has joined Manchester United's team, scored twice. They beat Man City on the opening day of the season, stuffed them 4-1. The man got two. He also scored against West Brom and against Stoke. Has a couple of games there where he doesn't score for a long while, actually. He hasn't scored there. Gets back in the action and in the goals in the Champions League in November. Scores there. Scores in the EFL Cup quarter final where Man United were going through. As you can see, he hasn't scored as much as you would think. He scored there against Newcastle, there against West Brom. Harry Kane's getting more goals than him, it seems, which is weird. I don't know whether in games like this one, yeah, as you can see, he's not really a first team regular as much as you would think. Maybe it's the age, I don't know. But he's still scoring goals. They were into the EFL Cup semi-finals where they won the first leg and drew the second leg. So they were through to the EFL Cup final. We know that much. They're through in the FA Cup as well. Once again, a draw against Huddersfield in the FA Cup fourth round, but they won the replay 2-0. FA Cup fifth round, they beat Reading. Champions League we're into at this point. The Champions League first knockout round, leg one. They beat Dortmund by 3-2 and lost in the EFL Cup final to Middlesbrough. They didn't play the man, and that could be why they lost. The man, again, he's not scoring. Maybe he suffered an injury. We'll take a look in just a second. He scored there, and they lost against Dortmund in the second leg, but went through on away goals, I think, because they scored 3 in the first one there, away from home. So they are through. They lost to Atletico Madrid, though, in the first leg of the next one, and then stuffed them 4-0 at Old Trafford. The man scored a penalty in that game. Again, he's scoring more now. He's scoring more as we head into the second half of the season. So they're through in the Champions League. FA Cup semi-final, beat Hull 2-0, so they're into the FA Cup final. And in the Champions League, the man got the winner with 2 minutes to go. Well, the equaliser with 2 minutes to go, to be exact. And they won on penalties, so they are through. Is that the Champions League? Yes, Champions League final they are through to, so that's big. They lost in the FA Cup final to Manchester City on penalties. The man played but didn't really perform, it seemed, and he scored in the Champions League final where they lost to Arsenal of all teams. That is a really, really confusing, really sort of result. He got a goal, got an 8 rating, but they lost that. So unless the Premier League, which I doubt it has, unless they win the Premier League, it's a trophyless season, which will surely pile on the pressure to Jose Mourinho, who's still manager at this point. Okay then, as you can see, it's a third place again for United, twice in a row, and it's another season without a league title, and a season in which United didn't win any trophies, which is interesting really, which is very, very interesting. If we go back onto the man's profile then, let's take a look at his achievements. We will go all the way back to the start actually, because we haven't looked at these ones, so to end the episode we'll have a look. And as you can see then, broke the Cheltenham record for the youngest player to appear, youngest player to score, first senior goal, all this like you'd expect. EFL Cup record, he broke them. Record for fastest goal, scoring after 14 seconds against Brentford, which is nice. I broke the Cheltenham record too. Lots of Sky Bet League 2 Player of the Week, Young Player of the Months, and then he was brought for United. 96k there, so there must have been add-ons which took it a lot higher. At Manchester United, if we scroll down, broke the Premier League record for the youngest player to appear. Also in the Europa League, the same record. Premier League youngest player to score was his. Team of the Week, Young Player of the Month. Runners-up in the Community Shield. And again, a lot more Player of the Weeks. Runners-up in the EFL Cup, Young Player of the Month there. Another Young Player of the Month there as well for March. Runners-up in the FA Cup. Runners-up in the Champions League. So interestingly, he is yet to win any sort of competition. Lots of runners-up, yet to win one. England, we will get on to in just 1 second, because the World Cup is going on. So how are England getting on in the 2018 World Cup? And is the man in the squad? Well, first of all, as you can see, the man is in the squad. He is starting up front for England. So far, 7.7 rating in the tournament. How have they been getting on? Let's take a look. Okay, then they started it in really, really bad form. A 3-1 loss to Ghana, World Cup Group B. The man got on the score sheet, but they lost the game. The next game against Iran, they won 3 goals to 2. But again, the man wasn't a good performance there. Against Colombia, they also won by a 0-0. Theo Walcott on the score sheet. Again, not really a great performance from the man. So that should mean they're through, I would think, the World Cup. Let's take a look here. In fact, it doesn't. They have lost out on goal difference. England were dumped out at the group stage on goal difference. That is so unlucky. The man's World Cup hopes it's over for 2018. He'll have other competitions, you would think, but it's over for 2018. And that is very, very interesting. The first 2 seasons has gone pretty well for him considering where he started his career, but he's yet to win any sort of competition, any sort of trophy, which will be disappointing. 16 years of age now, 31 million, and if you'll notice, there's a wanted tag by him. So let's see who it's Arsenal. Arsenal want him. Interesting. So we'll come back in a year's time in the next episode, and we'll see if the man is still at Manchester United and whether he can win any trophies. As always, if you enjoyed this, why don't you like the video, subscribe to the channel, or drop me a comment. There will be more Football Manager stuff coming up. I hope you guys enjoyed the Road to Random series. It was very fun to do, and with 2018 coming out, there will be new series. Anybody got any suggestions for experimental stuff like this, drop them in the comments. I'll be happy to do them because they are fun videos to do. Until the next episode, from me, the man, Manchester United and the Save, goodbye.